Okay. Welcome everyone. This is, episode 8 of our Pro Tips webinar series. This is going to be the final episode this year. In fact, we are going to be talking about Tee Time Standby, one of our newest modules. We're very excited to go over it with you. I know that we've had countless one-on-one conversations with customers about this feature, but it's going to be good to kind of clear the air about what it can do and get you guys all up to speed. So before we start talking really in the nitty gritty about standby, I want to remind you what the Pro Tips webinar series is all about. This series, as I mentioned, this is the last episode of this year. We try to keep these really short and sweet, 30 minutes or less. We also try to make these on a variety of different topics. The idea is to inspire you, show you some modules that maybe you saw a while ago and you haven't thought about since then, or maybe it's a module that you aren't even aware about, and just kind of give you some background on it. And then the idea is we try to share these recordings the same day. They're always uploaded to our YouTube page the same day. Occasionally the email gets out the next business day. So the fastest way to get these videos is to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to do that. But I want to remind you, as always, the goal of having a mobile app is to get users to download it and then take advantage of those downloads by marketing to them. Now, some of these features we've gone over on the Pro Tips webinar series are more about how you market to them. This one is more about getting people to download your app and be active participants within the app experience. So as I mentioned today, we are going to talk about Tee Time Standby. We're going to give you a really good overview on what it is, what the user experience is like, how you go about setting it up and ongoing maintenance. And then we're going to also talk about promoting Standby and finish up with some of our integrations with Club Profit, just to really give you a good lay of the land on where we stand today, and also maybe a little teaser or two on some things that are in the works. So let's get down to it. First up, let's talk about some background on Standby. What is it? Standby is essentially an automated tee time wait list. It is integrated with Club Profit thus far, the point of sale system. That doesn't mean that we're never going to integrate with another point of sale system. We definitely consider ourselves an open API type of system, and we would love to integrate with more. So the thought is we're allowing users to sign up for a window in advance to be notified if any tee times that are canceled open up. The trigger of a push notification happens when that slot actually opens up. The thought is this is going to kind of be the user gets something out of it and the course gets something out of it too. Number one, the users, they get a second chance if they missed out on initial tee time. I mean, we're golfers too, so we've had the experience of wanting that Saturday morning tee time at 9 a.m. and you log on, write it when the tee sheet opens up, and it's already gone. And it's a very frustrating experience as a user. But a lot of times the tee time opens back up, and they just don't have a way to be notified about it. So we said, you know what, let's fix that. And we developed Standby. So the users get that out of it, but the course gets to keep their tee sheet full, because the moment a tee time opens up, you're automatically sending a push notification out to just people that said, hey, I'm interested, if a tee time opens up in the slot. And also, it's all automated. So we set it up in the beginning. We'll go over what that setup process is like, which, spoiler alert, it's really easy. And then it's set up and you don't have to think about it anymore. It's all working in the background and people are getting notified actively as long as they're setting up windows. So we're really excited about this feature. I'm going to flip it over to Matt here, and he's going to go over just the user experience on Standby.
Perfect. Thanks, Kyle. Well, yes. So this is going to be showing kind of just actual step by step what the user does to basically book a window to get notified ahead of time. So it's very simple. Essentially, we create a button on your home screen that you can move around anywhere. You can put it in the side menu. We recommend it being somewhere on the home screen, usually right next to the book a tea times button. Makes a lot of sense, usually right next to it or below it. All they have to do is click on it. They click on it. It's then going to take them to a screen that's going to let them choose a course. If you have multiple courses hooked up to this, if you are a single course facility, then it's just going to go straight to the next window. But luckily, we have a lot of courses that have multiple courses that they can select from. And what's nice is they can select a specific window for just that one course, if they want to play just that one. It will present
Or
all
even
the
if it's
options.
like a front or back nine course.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. If you have front or back nine enabled, or or even the executive course or anything like that, or if you're 27 hole, all your rotations that you have available in your actual tee sheet with Glow Profit will show up here. So otherwise, again, if you're single, it'll just move on to this next window where you're actually just setting your window. It's going to show you what course you selected, so that way you are verified you clicked the right one, and then it's going to show you the dates available to book that window for. So typically, it's going to show however long your tee sheet's open for, whether it's a week, 14 days. It should show all the available dates available. You could select one day at a time, and then you also select down below where it says 10 a.m. to 6:20. You can actually specify a very specific, very small window if you want. So if you only want to be notified if a tee time opens up between, say, 7 a.m. and 10 because you can't start after that time, you can put in that window and select the number of players that you want to have that window open for, and then you just hit continue. If you want it to be all day, you can make the window as big as possible and just select all day. And you can select multiple windows after you select one. You can go back and create as many windows as you want. So, but right here you do select the number of players that you want minimum that you want open for. If you're foursome and a twosome opens up, you don't want to be notified about that because that's not going to be helpful for you. So you do select how many players the window, the cancellation has to be for, and the time period itself. So then you click continue, and then you move on to the next screen. And this is a very important screen because is where a user is going to input their name and their email address. If they have already done this once, it will just take them to the next screen. But this is very important because this is just another place in your app to get people to input their name and email. Because not every user will input their name and email when they download the app. It doesn't always prompt you to do that right away unless you have a onboarding offer, usually like active, where people are actively, given that chance when they first download. Otherwise, the player has to put in their name and email when they start a scorecard for the first time, or if they're signing for a loyalty program with you, or if they just go into the profile section, they can input it themselves. But typically, this is going to be a really great way to get more people to input their information into the app. And this will verify if push notifications are turned on or not, because obviously they have to be turned on for them to get them. So hopefully this will also get more people to enable push notifications so that they can also be notified about other things. Maybe you now can send them a targeted push about an upcoming event, or you can send them a targeted offer in the offer locker about something else. So it's just another great way to get people to sign up, and it does check automatically if all their settings are done correctly. So then you just click notify me. Then it'll take you to your window to show you that you set it correctly. And then you can also, um, when you've already set a window and you click on the standby, it'll take you to this screen first and show you all the ones you've already done in case you're like, oh, wait, did I do one for this Saturday already? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, it's sitting right there. And then you can click the little pencil in the upper right to edit it if you want to change the actual time or the date of that one window or the number of players. Or if you click the bottom where it says new standby window, you literally can just create as many windows as you want. You can set, one for certain times of day. You can set one, every day of the week if you really wanted to. So it's up to you, and they can come back and edit or delete them as they see fit. And then they do have to come in every time your tee sheet is open. So if your tee sheet's only open for 7 days and they want it, like, they missed it this Saturday, but they also want to try it for next Saturday, they do have to open up their app at least once a week, during the period that the window would be available to book. And do that again. So that way it gets them to use the app more, open it up, see other things that you're doing, any other pop-ups or news items you have in there, and hopefully just see other happenings that are going on at your club. So that is the user experience. It's, again, pretty simple. It's especially if somebody's already done it once. They just have to basically click new window. They put their time in. And boom, it takes about 10 seconds after they've done it one time, usually. So then
I'm realizing here that we didn't even do a screenshot of the most important step here. Once they do set up the window, and it's like when a tee time opens up, they're gonna get a push notification.
Yes.
Pretty much instantaneously. I believe it checks like once every 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, it depends on it's I think 5 to 10 depending on the window of the
Yeah, but it's gonna say, hey, a window just opened up or a tee time just opened up for the window that you set up in standby. Tap here to book your tee time now. It'll then be smart enough to take them to the booking engine. It'll take them to the specific course that they signed up for the window for, and it'll take them to the specific day as well. So they'll just see that, all the available tee times there. They can go through the normal process of booking their tee time.
Boom. That is correct. I can't believe we did forget that. But yes, the push notification is fantastic because it does come to just the people that's obviously set the window for that time. But then it becomes basically a race to see who can click on it fast enough and actually book it. So if somebody clicks on it and it takes them to the window and there are no tee times available, that means that somebody else got it before them. So that is something that users will probably start to have to realize this, and when they see that push, they can't just wait to do it later. They probably going to want to try to click on it immediately to try to beat everybody else to booking it. So, that is kind of what we anticipate happening, especially on those busy, weekend times when everybody's trying to get them anyway. This is going to make it easier for your customers. I know a lot of people I talk to, they have customers that literally refresh their page every Friday night to see if anything opens Saturday. They sit there for an hour or two just refreshing, and this will help them so they don't have to do that. They can be doing something else and, get notified immediately when something opens up. So now we're going to talk about the setup and then the ongoing maintenance for how to get this going. So as Kyle did, spoil alert, it's very simple. Essentially, we will update your app to make sure it's on the correct version to get this to work, which most apps should be up to the date already on this, but if not, we will get you there to make sure it is working. Then Club Profit just has to make sure you're up to date on the newest version of their system. They will schedule that with you and take care of that on their end. It does use the newest version of their tee sheet, which is version 5. They, depending on your system and how the updates go, they can do it either remotely if you're cloud based, and I think they can do it if you have server based. They come on site and they can do it, and they can schedule that within a couple of days or whenever is available for you guys. So they will set up all that and take care of it for you, and then once both systems are on the correct versions, which we talk to each other, make sure everything's good to go, you're good. You don't have to do any ongoing maintenance. You don't have to do anything. Essentially, it's just running and working all the time. Your users can use it whenever you want, as long as your tee sheet is set up correctly. It'll find the correct times and do everything for you, basically. So there's nothing ongoing for you to do, and there's nothing for the users to have to do other than make sure that they keep opted in to push notifications. That's the one thing they have to do. If they turn off notifications to your app, they will stop getting these as well. Anytime they go to try to book a new window, it will remind them that they're not opted in. But if they book a window but then go into the settings of their phone and opt out, they obviously just won't get them. So that's the one thing that the users can't just like, oh, well, I opted in, but now I want to turn it off now. They have to stay opted in to get these on a regular basis. So that's it. I mean, simple enough. We take care of our side, Club Profit does their side, and then we tell you when it's ready and we turn it on. So pretty simple.
Yeah. And I will say, the whole automation concept, making it so that you as the course operator doesn't have to do any work with a module, that's the general direction we're just heading with all of our development and engineering projects. So we know that you're busy, you've got stuff going on, and you probably didn't get into golf to have your nose in a
on a computer.
Yeah. So this is kind of an early indicator of a lot of things that are to come as well. So
very exciting.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah,
cool. So now I'm gonna use Standby almost as kind of like a case study of how you should roll out a module that you add. So I'll be talking about Standby this whole time, but if you decide to add offer locker or like loyalty programs, or even if you're just doing like driving ranges or something like that, this is a really good kind of blueprint for how to do a initial and ongoing marketing campaign for it. So first of all, we're really excited about this. This is the first time that we're doing this. For Standby courses, we are creating a deep link to the feature. So what do I mean by deep link? If someone already has the app installed on their phone and they click this link, it's not only going to just take them to the app, but it's actually going to take them to Standby. So it's really direct, and it's not forcing them to find their own way to get into the app. So this is the first time we're doing this. And if you're a course that already has Standby, you can expect us reaching out within the next day or so with that deep link so that you can use it. But anyways, what you're going to do with that deep link is, one, you're going to add it to your Club Profit booking engine. We're actually working with Club Profit right now to do an update to the V5 version of their booking engine where they can put that link in a very prominent spot. The idea is, I mean, that's the moment, right? Someone goes into the booking engine, they're looking for their tee time. Their tee time isn't available. They're super frustrated and they're wondering, how am I going to do this? Well, right there, we need to put, hey, you can set a standby window for this. So we're working on that with them. That should be happening in the next couple of weeks. Next, you should put it in your booking confirmation emails. And I know you're going, well, Kyle, if they booked already, what's the point? Now, this is just reinforcement of the feature. Even though they already booked a tee time, they demonstrated the fact that they're willing to do so. So you want to remind them that next time around, if they're not so lucky to get that tee time slot, Standby is there for them to use. And lastly, you want to make sure that there's something on your website. I don't know if we've put into the Q&A box quite yet, but we have a knowledge base article, and it actually has an end user tutorial video in there. It's like a 1 minute long. This is how you use Standby. If you want to use that on your website to promote the fact that you have the feature, it's a really great way to add some value for your customers, just to let them know that it's there. Even like on the booking page, if you are one of the facilities that like frames their booking engine into your website, it's a good spot to put it too. When you sign up for Standby, we do the following for you. We set up an app open pop-up. So this means when someone opens the app, before they see the home screen, they see a message that says, it's this one right here, actually. Basically, hey, we've got a new feature. Tap here to learn more. That learn more button takes them straight to the YouTube video so they can learn how to use it. We also set up a featured news item. That's this one on the left. It shows up at the top of the home screen, and it also shows up just in your news section from then on out. Gives some more detail on it, and it also, we have that tutorial video link in there as well. And then lastly, we schedule out 3 push notifications to go from your app. I believe we're in the process of doing this. If anyone already has Standby set up, we are scheduling those out for you. And we do that just initially, all of these things, but the idea is we're trying to put them in different spots. So there's breadcrumbs all over the place that, hey, there's this Standby button. You need to give it a shot and try it out. Because once we get them to try it out once, then they understand the feature, and then they will come back on their own to do it. Then once you do that initial push for it, it's important to keep coming back to some sort of a marketing campaign just to remind them. It doesn't have to be the main thing that you're reaching out to them about. Like, you don't have to send out a Standby email like every 2 weeks or something like that. But my guess is you're probably sending out emails on a consistent basis about other things. So you can put Standby in as like an honorable mention, maybe towards the bottom or something like that. You'd even put it in your template. So I have email on there. but also think like Facebook, Instagram, any other social media platform you guys are into, maybe Twitter. You want to just take the 15-20 minutes to schedule them out throughout the year, because even if like it's June 2nd today, 2022, even if you launch it today, you still should be reminding people in August that you have it, because there's going to inevitably be people who miss that initial push that you did, and you just want to kind of keep prompting them about it. So that's a good best practice there. Okay, so to take a step back now, as I mentioned before, we have a number of T-Sheet point of sale partners that we work with. Club Profit, at least at the moment, is the one that we're most actively engaged with. We're building a lot of things. You've probably seen quite a few marketing campaigns going out about different features. I want to give you an idea of what's there now and what general direction we're moving towards. So the thought is we support the whole tee time booking process with Club Profit now. It's all integrated. It all works. So anything from going into the app and booking your tee time, you can go in, you view the tee sheet, all the full, all the feature set that they offer in their booking engine can be available in your app to make it a really, really simple process to book the tee time. They go in and they can't find a tee time. Well, great. They can set a standby window. We just talked about the whole feature here. So then they can be notified. And then once they finally get that tee time booked, they can come and they can check in. They can go, we put a banner up at the top of the home screen if they have an active tee time that they can check in for. When they get in there, they can share it with their buddies or they can check in. And then you can come in here, you can change if you're riding or walking, you can pay for multiple people, you can add other people in, and you can search by reservation ID too. The best part about this is the user comes in, they do the whole thing. It works through your Club Profit booking engine and your point of sale, and it uses the payment processor that you guys already have integrated. Nothing needed from you at all. The user does it all on their own. And then once they're done paying and their card is saved and all that good stuff, it shows up on your tee sheet. It has a little icon that they did a mobile check-in, and then they can just walk to the first tee and meet up with your starter to show them that confirmation page. So this whole tee time process is now fully automated, and you don't have to do a single thing in order for it to happen. So that's what's available now. I will say that we are working with Club Profit on a number of different fronts. Obviously, we'll have more details later, but right now, some of the topics that are being broached are loyalty programs, some form of integration there. And we're also working on they call it OAuth, but it's essentially single sign-on. So you can go into the tee time booking engine and sign in, and it's going to sign you in everywhere else. And that's going to open us up for so many more integrations with Wallet and different modules as well. So we are moving in a great direction with them. We love working with them. They're fantastic. Can't recommend them enough. So with that being said, I think that is about it. Matt, did you see anything in the Q&A section?
No, nothing came through. I am going to throw in there the slides from today for everybody. I forgot to do that at the beginning like I usually do, so I'm going to put that in right now. So this is the slides for today. And then I'm going to put in the knowledge base article, which talks all about standby in case you want to, if you're a more visual person and you want to, click and see everything that we just talked about. We have it all written down for you, so you can go through that. We also have a nifty, really nice video for the users that we can put into your app. That's what all the things that Kyle had showed you with the pop-ups and things go to that user video. So all of that is linked in there as well. But yeah, I mean, if anybody else has any questions, please speak now and throw them in there before we end for the season.
And just in case someone's furiously typing, I will say that if you want to get in touch with us, you've got options. We try to give you all the different things that you could possibly prefer. So you can always access our knowledge base online at support.gallusgolf.com. If you want to email us, you can email us at support@gallusgolf.com. You can also give us a call at that phone number if you just want to talk to someone. There's your manager login if you forgot it. If you need your password reset, you can reach out to us too. And you'll also notice anywhere with a gallusgolf.com domain, there's a chat box, probably in the bottom left of the screen, I believe, maybe the bottom right.
That's
but
left,
that comes to all of us, and someone would love to answer any questions that you have. Looks like no questions. So I guess, man, we did a great job.
I know we did. We explained it too well, Kyle. Good job.
Too well. But man, last episode of Pro Tips. So thank you all so much.
Yeah, thank you.
We wish you the best of luck in this high season. If there's anything we can help with, please reach out to us. We always love to help, and I'm sure we'll probably have some exciting new features. I know that there's some in the works right now, so we'll probably do a webinar maybe closer to the end of summer or at the beginning of fall.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be exciting. Some new stuff coming.
Yeah. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.